name is Carrie Cook, and I am delivering my speech on dealing with disruptive behavior in children. After listening to my speech, you should be able to follow the simple techniques in managing your child's disruptive behavior while having a more confident and happier child and also a happier parent. So we all know that parents are faced with many challenges when raising their kids, especially those who face tough challenges with defiant children. Whether it's dealing with tantrums, meltdowns, or refusing to do simple things. We all know that this can bring parents to their breaking point and be very frustrating. According to the Department of Clinical and Health Psychology at the University of Florida, preschoolers disobey 25 to 50% of their parents' commands. So psychologists use behavioral therapy as a way to help help parents manage their children's behavior, whether it is to maximize the behavior that they want to see more of, or minimize unwanted behavior. They use these techniques, but when you use these techniques, it can help children develop skills to regulate their behavior. You will begin to see how they start having better relationships with their parents, their friends, even their teachers. According to the September 2014 article from the Child Mind Institute, there are effective ways such as behavioral therapy techniques to manage their problem behaviors and offer a chance to help children develop the skills they need to regulate their own behaviors. I can tell you firsthand that when we started following these steps, we just saw how beneficial it was when we were dealing with our 3 children. For instance, my oldest son, he's had problems in the past with defiant behavior. As soon as we began practicing these techniques, we saw a tremendous change in our son's relationship, not only with us, but his friends and his teacher at school. So now I want to talk to you about some of the basic techniques given from the Parents Magazine article. And this can help you with good behavioral management plan. So the first step is to define the behavior. You want to identify the behavior that you want to encourage or discourage. For example, a child who's not sharing, or a child who is putting away their toys when you ask them to. These behaviors should be specific and observable. A good example would not be to tell your child that they are being good or acting out, but rather be more specific, such as, thanks for sharing with your brother, or you were hitting your sister. Once you have identified the behavior, you find out what factors are causing the behavior. In order to do this, your next step would be to set the stage. You want to adjust the environment. For example, getting rid of any distractions during homework time, making sure your child has eaten or has had a snack. We all know that a hungry child is definitely a cranky child. So it's also important to schedule breaks for your child. Another thing to remember is that you want to make your expectations clear. Explain the routine by writing it down or with words or pictures. Count down to transitions by giving them a time frame, reminding them that when time is running out was a really good technique that we found to be very helpful. When you give them options to make a choice, when it's possible of course, this sets up structure for them and it gives them a chance to have a say once in a while. So as parents, we want to be able to choose the right words when trying to get the results we want. In order to do this, psychologists show parents how to give instructions effectively. Instead of using questions, you want to use statements. For example, don't ask, are you ready to take your bath? Instead say, please go and get ready for your bath. According to Parent Magazine, it is best to tell your child what to do instead of what not to do. This is important. You want to stay calm and have a respectful manner while being clear and specific at the same time. So you don't want to repeat yourself over and over. A good way to do this is to wait for your child to respond the first time. That way your child will understand that it should be done the first time around. So focusing on preventing misbehavior is very important, but how you respond to it is detrimental to the process. Now I want to discuss ways to give effective consequences. It is well known that if you give your child positive attention when they show good behavior, you are more than likely to see the behavior repeated. Be specific when you're praising your child. So it's they clearly understand what's expected from them. When your child starts to misbehave, it's best not to give them your attention, unless it becomes, destructive or aggressive behavior, and then you obviously would need to step in. As a parent, I know that children long for attention, whether it's positive or negative. They begin to understand that if you don't give them attention until they stop the behavior, they're less likely to continue with what they're doing. So now I would like to talk to you about one of the tips that psychologists have suggested, using incentive charts as rewards. Instead of course we have mini charts here, they have them a lot bigger, but instead of looking at it as a bribe, it's rather a great way to let your child earn something and help motivate them to continue their good behavior. I know as soon as we started using these for our son, we noticed a huge change in his behavior within like a week. So by practicing these basic techniques, your home will be much more peaceful, and you will see that your child will be able to regulate their behavior much better. Parents can be faced with many challenges, so especially defiant children. That is why psychologists use these techniques in behavioral therapy. And so by defining behavior, setting the stage, giving instructions and consequences effectively, you will see a more confident and happier child, and you as a parent will be happier.